So, do you feel that you're an audacious person? Do you have that spunk, that fire that gives you great courage, or ignites your heart, or gives wind amidst your wings? Do you feel you fly with audacity? Teresa of Avila, a dear friend of mine, a mystic who was born in 1550, who lived during the time of the Spanish Inquisition, who lived in a time when her own church looked askew at her and many other mystics. She lived an audacious life, so much so that her writings, her poetry, and the witness of her life inspire people today. Does she inspire you? She said one day of herself, she said, sometimes I wake up and I feel so much confidence that I could conquer the world. And she said, then the next day I'll wake up, I open my door, I look out, and an ant crossing my path will fill me with fear. Her audacity was not from a place that was untouchable. Her audacity was taken into every part of who and what she was. She was given fully to the deep ecstatic experiences that so many esteem in her. If you've seen the statue, pictures of it, or in person in St. Peter's Basilica, there is a statue where she's slain, and she looks like she's having an orgasm. She's laying back, and or at least it's right after the orgasm. And then there's an angel with an arrow going right into her heart. And this is called the transverberation. And it's a moment when she was interpenetrated by God in such a way that her every cell was taken into that union. Now, she's very esteemed for that. And her audacity led her to be open to that. But she takes the audacity even further. She takes it into her very fears. Do you let that conviction, that purity of focus, that harnessing of your desire to come into every part of your life? Teresa is an awesome witness of how to let that happen through her writings, and to give a model of it happening in her own life experience. We look at all the monasteries that she built, and it looks so glamorous. She was a businesswoman. She brought her audacity into the very makeup of the monasteries, into how to make them effective. Even though everyone takes a vow of poverty, I know this because I was a Carmelite for many years, she said, I don't want my nuns' monasteries to be wanting for anything. She didn't believe that a vow of poverty meant that the nuns were meant to be living in dire situations or completely beholden to all those around us, all those around them. And so she holds it true for us that in our spiritual journey, you and I are not meant to be bereft of support. We are meant, in the audacity that shows up as very healthy self-esteem, to navigate our lives so that we're living spirit in the world and living it in a very practical way, with our needs met, with good balance in all of our relationships, and with the spaciousness that lets us continue this unknown faith-filled journey. So if she were here, she might be banging a few pots and pans and making up songs to make us laugh, because her audacity makes her want to get close to everyone around her. Do you live with that audacity? Not just in the exalted moments of your life, but in the very places where you have fear, doubt, uncertainty? And if not, what's a new way that you could? Would you like to learn more about how Teresa lived this caliber of life? I will be offering a 5-week online course starting a couple weeks after this series, that will go into her writings, her poetry, meditation, her history, her culture. And there will be weekly meditations and webinar and videos you can enjoy all at your own pace. And if you want to go even deeper in your friendship, join me in Spain next year when we will be in 6 of the many monasteries that she founded. We'll let her writings take us to new places within ourselves. We will let her be the guide. Thank you for joining me.